Welcome back to Temeron's Tactics. This is Dominions 4 Gameplay Tutorial Part 11. So now that we've established a laboratory here in Epernia up towards the front lines, it's going to give us an opportunity to cast a couple of rituals and use some of our gems that we've accumulated over the course of the game. We've largely been ignoring the gems up to this point. We have 26 water gems, 52 death gems, and 67 nature gems. When you're at a laboratory, that's when you have access to your bank of resources, which is right here on the right side of the screen under Magic Resource Treasury. If you click that, it brings up this window. Now what this is it allows you to move gems between your commander and your treasury. So if I wanted, I could transfer gems to commander, and you can click on the commander on the top and choose which commander you want to maybe give gems to, which would probably be, to Atun Shar or Temeron, I suppose. Okay, so if I wanted to give Temeron a handful of nature gems, I just click on this side right here, and it'll just transfer them straight from my bank into their personal inventory. There we go. So now Temeron can cast, Temeron and Atun Shar both can cast spells which require nature gems. And we do have some of those. If I go to research, if we go to enchantment, Haste, which is a level 4 enchantment spell, requires 3 nature. Okay, and Temeron has 4 nature, so he can cast that. And that does actually cost 1 nature gem. So now we can have him cast Haste at each battle. Anti-magic requires astral pearls. We don't have any astral pearls at all because we have not searched for we haven't found any astral magic sites, and that's what will give us astral pearls. Okay. Astral healing also requires an astral pearl, and I'd really like to cast those spells. So in order to access astral pearls, what we need to do is conduct alchemy. I'm going to select Ashara. We're going to choose Alchemy. And it says at the tooltip at the bottom, Alchemy can be used to turn magic gems into astral pearls, or some types of gems into gold, whatever. It can also be used to turn astral pearls into magic gems of all types. Alchemy is instantaneous. So if you look at Alchemy right here, okay, we have 26 water gems, 52 death gems, and 47 nature gems. If we want to convert any of these gems into astral pearls, we can do that. 2 death gems, and that would make 1 astral pearl, or 2 of our water gems to make 1 astral pearl. Now, we don't really, we do have one guy that has death spells, all right, our hero guy that just arrived, but those are all necromancy spells, and I don't really want to focus on necromancy necessarily. I intend to focus on astral and nature with this run through. So in order to get those astral gems, my intent the entire time was to convert these other gems into astral gems through alchemy. So I'm going to go ahead and start using these death gems. And you'll see each time I click, it takes 2 death gems, and it gives me 1 astral pearl at the very top of this window. We'll just go ahead and use all of them and leave 0 death gems. Same with the water gems. I don't intend to use water spells at all this game. I want to use astral spells. That's where I'm focused on. My god has 4 astral magic. So now we have 39 astral pearls and 47 nature gems. See, and that's reflected up here in the center window. 39 astral pearls, 47 nature gems. So now we can go to our Magic Resources Treasury. We've got all these astral pearls here. I can transfer those to Temeron. We'll give him 15 of each. Well, actually, let's give him 10 nature gems and 20 astral pearls. That way he can cast Haste, Anti-Magic, and Astral Healing for 10 fights in a row before I have to give him back more gems. So now that we have all of those gems available to us, let's go back to our army setup and reset our spells. I'd like Temeron, of course, to cast Communion Master first, but instead of Resist Magic, instead I want him to cast Anti-Magic. You can see it's white now instead of red, meaning he has the gems available to cast it, so it will cast successfully. After he casts Anti-Magic, I want him to cast Haste, which, again, a large number of soldiers are given quick feet, takes a nature gem. And then I want him to cast Astral Healing, which also costs an astral pearl. From there on out, you can just cast whatever. I don't care what you want to cast. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and check conservative magic gem usage as well down here at the bottom on Temeron. That says that when this option is checked, no unscripted spells that cost gems will be cast. Okay, so those spells are reserved, those gems, the pearls and the gems that he has are reserved for only spells that I've scripted. That's anti-magic, haste, and astral healing. We also need to reinforce the defenses in quite a few of our provinces. We've been running around not really reinforcing. You'll notice our defense here is 0 in a few of our provinces and very low in others. Most notably, the Deadlands up here only has 28 guys, and this is where the Throne of Ascension is, and the enemy does own an adjacent province, so I want to make sure to have quite a few guys ready to defend this province if he decides to come down from the mountainside. So I'm going to bring this up to 40. And then here in Dershid, which, you know, he could potentially cross the river here with a boat or something, or amphibious units or something like that. So let's bring the defense of Dershid up as well, just to 16, okay? We're going to have to just leave these provinces back here undefended, but that's okay, because our front line here is well defended, so it should be no problem. We need to sit here in Epernia for a while because we've built the castle, or we're working on building the castle. There's still 5 months to go on that. And since we've got this laboratory here, we can have Temeron research. We can have all of these guys except for Faiz. Okay? All of these guys can just research because we've got the lab here, you see. So that's going to go through our research very, very quickly. Suddenly we have 203 research points per turn, okay? Remember, our god Temeron is an excellent researcher. He has 35 research points, but he also has this inspiring researcher ability, which makes everybody in the same province research faster, and he's also an adept researcher, meaning he researches more efficiently, whatever that means. This is going to just push through our spell strength really quickly while we're waiting for this castle to build up. I actually would like to hop over to Thaumaturgy for a few moments, because there is a Thaumaturgy spell that I could just buy right there. I could put 197 points, if I could just click just right in there. So let's go ahead and for just this one turn, I'm going to go ahead and assign 198 research points. It's just kind of, I can't get an odd number in there, so that's close enough. There'll be one extra, but that'll just buy level 3 Thaumaturgy right there, okay? And then we'll just get right back into enchantment after that's done. Okay, so that'll be this turn. I'll go ahead and end turn. Research and Thaumaturgy is complete, and then I'm just going to put our magic back into enchantment so we can continue to push up on that. Now we've got Teleport, and Teleport requires 2 astral pearls, but with this spell, the mage can transport himself to almost any province in the world. Only those very, very far away are out of range for the rituals. That also gives us the spell Panic, which just causes demoralization in the enemy army. So that's a really good spell. It's got a really good range on it, and it affects a group of guys. So that's going to, our spellcasters will just naturally want to cast that in combat quite frequently. And also Astral Window is another one of those spells that allows me to magically scout a province. It requires 3 astral pearls. All right, so that gives us quite a few nice spells in level 3 Thaumaturgy. So let's go ahead and end the turn. There's our enchantment research. Now we have level 5 enchantment, which gives us, of course, some better Raise Dead spells, which our hero unit will cast. It also gives us Dispel, which allows us to get rid of a global enchantment if the enemy casts one. That costs a lot of astral pearls, but that might be very useful later. Eyes of God lets me see all provinces in the world, and that takes 50 astral pearls. So that's a pretty powerful ritual. There are some really good enchantment spells going down the line, and every time we get an enchantment spell, that death hero that we acquired is going to get some better spells. A worldwide event has occurred. The Silver Sarcophagus has been found and opened. From its maw, unwholesome energies have emanated, affecting all with death and decay. So worldwide +2 death and worldwide disease. Well, that's interesting. That doesn't sound good at all. Okay, so we're starting to starve. Boy, lots of bad news there, wasn't there? Okay, so because of the death, our supplies were reduced a little bit, so our supplies are down to just 171 now. Okay, yeah, that's, oh gosh, and look at that army. There's 390 units in Menace across the river right there. Whew, how many units do we have? We have half that. Well, a little more than half that, but half that. Okay, well, so we have 933 treasury, so let's bring the defense up in Menace as much as we possibly can. 46. So we've got a big, horrendous fight coming up here in just a few moments. It's going to be 390 units versus our slightly more than half that, but we have a strong Dominion advantage here. I anticipate that they are probably going to attack us here in Epernia from Menace. So again, you're watching Temeron's Tactics. My name is Nuck Temeron. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the continuation of this gameplay tutorial series.